Bali is an island that should be on everyone's bucket list. During your Bali visit, it is best to have a combination of hidden gems and rich experiences. Do this by following our list of 15 things you must do in Bali. Waterbom Bali is an action-packed water park, in the heart of Kuta, with something for every member of the family. Kids can splash in the swimming pools, drift down the lazy river, or zoom down one of the many twisting water slides and rides, with names like the Python, Green Viper, and Super Bowl. This important temple complex, a National Cultural Heritage Site, is divided into 3 courtyards. The focal point is the large, rectangular pool, fed by a holy mountain spring, where locals come to pray and soak in the healing waters that gush from a series of sculpted spouts. The waterfall is actually a series of about 7 falls, cascading like long misty veils over the lip of a lush, jungle-clad cliff. Trek passes by rice terraces and local villages rimmed with rambutan and durian trees, and continues through dense tropical jungle. The small villages, surrounded by farmland and rice paddies, where the locals still tend to their traditional activities. Other popular things to do here include rafting the rivers, yoga retreats, and taking part in cultural activities such as dancing, carving, or traditional weaving. Surfing, snorkeling, diving, kayaking, and stand-up paddleboarding are the main activities here, and the top attractions include beautiful Dream Beach, Mushroom Bay, and the Devil's Tears rock outcrop, with views of crashing surf erupting over the rocks. Some of Bali's best luxury beach resorts preside over this sweeping stretch of shore, and resort staff work hard to keep the sand clean and clear of trash. Popular things to do include strolling for miles along the shore, swimming, surfing, parasailing, and sunbathing, but you might need to pay a fee or eat at one of the resorts to use their sun lounges. This famous stretch of sand, along with neighboring Legion and Seminyak beaches just to the north, is one of the most happening places in Bali. You can book surf lessons and rent surfboards, boogie boards, sun lounges, and umbrellas directly from vendors set up on the sand, and plenty of cafes and restaurants border the beach. The 2 main shopping malls are Seminyak Square and Seminyak Village, but you'll probably find better deals in the smaller shops lining the streets. If you're really seeking a bargain, head to the Seminyak flea markets near Seminyak Square, where you'll find stalls crammed with clothing, jewelry and handicrafts. On a small island along the western shore of Lake Bratan, in the cool highlands of central Bali, the 17th-century Pura Ulun Danu Bratan is one of Bali's most picturesque temple complexes. Set against the imposing backdrop of Gunung Bratan, the thatched temples reflect on the lake, and when the water levels rise, they seem to float on its surface. Tegallalang rice terraces are one of the most famous areas to photograph these iconic landscapes and absorb their timeless beauty. A relaxing way to enjoy the lush landscapes is at one of the many restaurants and cafes overlooking the fields. The modern Balinese art movement was born here, with the surrounding royal palaces and temples acting as the main patrons. Art gazing is particularly rewarding here, as many collections are housed in traditional Balinese buildings surrounded by serene tropical gardens. The temple is believed to protect Bali from evil sea spirits, while the monkeys who dwell in the forest near its entrance are thought to guard the temple from bad influences. The location of the temple on the Bukit Peninsula, along the island's southwestern tip. Like Pura Tanah Lot, sunset is the best time to visit, when the sky and sea glow in the late afternoon light. The Monkey Forest, also known as the Sacred Monkey Forest Sanctuary, is one of the top things to do in Ubud. Paved pathways lead through thick forests of giant banyan and nutmeg trees, where moss-covered statues and ancient temples loom through the dense foliage, imparting an almost mystical feel. Mount Batur is best location to watch the sun rise above the lush mosaic of mist-shrouded mountains and the caldera far below. On a clear day, the views are spectacular, stretching all the way across the Batur caldera, the surrounding mountain range, and beautiful Lake Batur, the island's main source of irrigation water. Pura Tanah Lot was built at the beginning of the 16th century and is thought to be inspired by the priest Natha, who asked local fishermen to build a temple here after spending the night on the rock outcrop. It is one of the most sacred of all the island's sea temples. Every evening, throngs of tourists from Kuta, Legion, and Sanur find their way through a labyrinth of lanes lined by souvenir sellers to watch the sun setting behind the temple. Please subscribe my channel and hit like if you like my effort.